Yo, what's good? This Rick Nasty, man. You know, I told y'all I'm doing this podcast shit. So today, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna talk about myself today. I got my boy gonna do an interview with us, man. My boy Orion from thefatness.com. Motherfucker, I knew this dude for a couple of years now, man. You know, we exchange texts, we talk here and there. We even seen each other at some fat girl joints. You know what I'm saying? So we always seem to have a good time, man. So yo, go ahead and say what's up to the people, man.
What's up, everyone?
All right, man. But first thing I want to say, man, is thanks for doing this interview with me, man. I appreciate it very much. Know what I mean?
Well, death.
I appreciate it, man. So listen, man. So first of all, man, let's just let's start from the top. Let's assume, you know, people don't know who the fuck you are, which they should. You know what I'm saying? Let them know, man. Let them know what the name of your site is.
My site is thefatness.com. Fatness with a PH. Basically, it is a BBW adult site. With a lot of a nice variety of like more pear-shaped and hourglass type BBWs. Yeah, shit's fucked out of them basically. And that's about it. So it's always something new on there, like every week.
Okay.
And
all right. Well, let me ask you this, man. Right? First things first, man. How long has the site been up and running, and what made you get in the business, bro?
I believe it's been up for about 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
What made me get into the business was I used to make little amateur videos with a young woman that I used to deal with in the past, and I started posting them on this website called rude.com.
Okay.
And what happened was people started requesting like DVDs if there was a website for the content or anything. And it was just, you know, just me dicking around with, you know, the girl I was dealing with at the time. And a light bulb went off in my head. I'm like, wait a minute, I can like make money with this stuff. And then I was like, whatever. I put the idea away. And then one day I walked into a DVD store and I saw some guy was like put whatever me and this chick did on DVDs and was selling them. And I was like, well, shit, anybody that we making money off my shit is gonna be me.
Right. Okay. So basically, your inspiration, man, was the money.
It was like the money. It was like getting money for something that I was kind of already doing for fun.
Right. As a hobby.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. All right, yo. So you know what's so crazy, man? I remember seeing a lot, some of your joints on Root. I said, yo, who the fuck is this little motherfucker, man? Fucking these big ass chicks and shit, right? So I'm like, yo, man, this dude is going. You know what I'm saying? He going in. So I definitely remember those clips, man. And yeah, I think at the time you was going to buy a hat or some shit like that. If I'm correct.
Yeah. That was like, because I always wore like a fitted on my videos, so it just made sense.
Right.
But then I decided to use hat as the name of my company instead.
Okay.
And go by the name Orion, which is my favorite constellation.
Okay. Right. Orion's belt.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. You know, I'm educated over here too, man. You know what I'm saying? So I know some shit. I'm fucking with you, man. All right, man. So, you got in the business, you know, fucking around. Yeah, that's what inspired you to make some cheese. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me ask you this, man, because I see your site and all that. You know, I check it out periodically. You know, I'll go to the site. And I was wondering, man. Are you ever, man? You gotta let me know this, right? Are you ever gonna hire male talent?
For the main fatness site, I do that myself. For like sites where it's predominantly other models.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I do. Usually the other model will choose the male talent or whatever, and I'm like, all right, you know, if you can perform on camera, sure, why not?
Okay.
You know, like I did that with Sexy May BBW.
Okay.
So you see other male talents on there. Lady Seductress, XXX. BBW.com. There's also other male talent there. Also, I had for a short time, for a year, I had Supreme Diva, and there was another model. What's her name? Her name is not coming to me yet. So
okay.
And big was ZBW Express. Like they all had like a variety of male talent, but like I would leave basically the job of locating or getting male talent up to the model.
Gotcha.
It's easier that way.
Gotcha.
Because they had so many fans that they were like, oh, okay, I want to shoot this guy. I'm like, all right, cool, let's set it up. You know?
Okay. So let me.
Great, set it up.
Right. So let me ask you this. You know, I already know the answer to this, but you know, for the people that's listening, man, because it sounds like that you also, you know, you build websites as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's like my that's my main trade actually.
Okay.
More like building websites, software, databases, apps, or whatever. Which also helped me to make the decision to kind of go into this business.
Okay.
Because it's kind of like I don't remember the name of some of these artists, but you know, like some artists, they produce, they sing, they distribute, they do it all on their own.
No, but that's what exactly, that's the word that you're describing as an artist, basically, right? They could do it all.
Yeah.
They could do it all.
Yeah, pretty much. So.
Okay. You kind of like the Drake of the porn game and shit, know what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah,
like you can sing, motherfucking, you can sing, dance, rap, you know what I'm saying? You can do all that shit. That's what's up, man. All right, that's what it is. Let me ask you this too, man. Let me get to this. Since you've been in the business for well over 5 years, right? You know what I'm saying? Like myself, man. You know, we've been deep in this business, man. You know what I mean? Especially in the new age of this business, right? Here's the thing. What is it that you learned about the business, man, that surprises you the most?
Wow. How big the egos are.
Okay.
On both male and female.
Right.
Porn stars.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it can be kind of frustrating. Like you have a female porn star who basically does a whole lot of porn, doesn't have much to show for it, and has a massive ego and will try to talk down to you. And
right.
I have to sometimes use the most patience I have to not, you know, be like, bitch, I don't need this shit. You do.
Exactly.
Up, you know?
Right.
You know, but I try not to use that language too much.
Nah, man, fuck that. I have been known to do that. So that I will say it for you. You know what I'm saying? But check this out, right? I'm gonna just piggyback off of what you're saying. I'm gonna let you finish, right? I want to say this. Yeah, when you said a thing about the ego, man, I run into a lot of girls like that too. But I run into a lot of motherfuckers that's divas, man. A lot of dudes.
Yeah, man. When I would, you know, when I would have to talk to the male talent,
right,
for some of these other sites that I run or whatever, I'll come across that. They're like, oh, I don't want to shoot this type of girl. I want to do this type of girl.
Right.
That, and I'm like, okay, but you know, she gets you up to shoot with her on her site, like, right. You know, like, dude, just, you know, we're hiring you. It's not the other way around. You know, dude, if you want to tell us what you want to fuck with, why don't you pay us, and I'll find you a girl to fuck, and I'll record it, and then you got your fuck, you walk away, and you know. Right. And I saved a little bit of money on whatever I had to pay the model.
Right. Exactly, man. You know, but that's how motherfuckers is, man. Motherfuckers think everything is gonna be like McDonald's. Is gonna be, you know what I'm saying, they way and shit. You know what I mean? So. But yeah, you know, that's dealing with these dudes, man. These motherfuckers that got big egos and they fucking divas, man. I don't got time for that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off earlier, man, because you was telling me, basically you was telling us about you know, the girls that ain't got shit, they ain't got much to show for it, but they want to give you some fucking back talk about, you know, what kind of scene you on, or how much they want to get paid, or you know, whatever it is. You can elaborate on that if you want to, bro.
Yeah, so mainly it's more along the lines of, sometimes I feel like, in terms of the ego, it's like, sometimes they forget that, you know, I'm hiring them. Right. And it's like, they talk to me like, oh, you know, can you get this for me, can you get this for me, can you get that for me? I'm like, and I can mind them like, yo, I'm not one of your fans.
Right.
I'm not just a fanboy that's just like,
right.
oh, I'm going to spend this money for free. No,
right.
I'm running a business here, and if you piss me off,
right.
like, I'm not going to work with you, and you're not going to have any, you're not going to get paid, and then that's it.
Right. Exactly.
And then that's on the female side. On the male side of things, it's like, some of these guys, they take porn, like, as life. Like, it's everything. Like, it is the most important thing in the world, in their existence, to them. And sometimes I have to, in conversation, I have to kind of, like, put things in perspective. Like, porn is not everything. It's great, it's fun, it's good business or whatever, but like, you as a man, there's so much more to you than just like dick, right?
Right.
And I didn't realize that there's so many people that have that kind of mentality.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I want to speak to your point, right? I want to speak to your point. What you got to understand is, right, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but most of the guys you're dealing with is like from the urban areas, right? They from the hood, right?
Yeah, most of them.
All right. Now, see, the thing about it is, right, motherfuckers that grew up in the hood, we equate manhood with dick. Meaning that our manhood is wrapped up in how much pussy we could get, how many bitches we could get, how much this, that's what it's wrapped up in, right? So that's what it, what I'm saying, that's where, shit comes in at, bro. So that's probably the mentality the dudes you're dealing with, because their whole life, their manhood is, they equate their manhood to their dick. And this is why, I'm saying, another point, man, with that is, this is why, motherfuckers always want to take off the condom and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of motherfuckers, man, truth be told, some niggas can't get it right with the condom off. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas can't get it right with the condom on. And they feel like, yo, bitch gonna tease me if I can't get my shit together and all this, that, and the third. So, I'm gonna slip this joint off, and I'm gonna make it do what it do. You know what I mean? So sometimes, bro, dealing with these dudes, and this is the type of mentality of people that you have to deal with. I mean, I ain't looking down on nobody because I'm from the hood myself. So I could definitely speak to that point, man. And a lot of times people manhood is wrapped up in, dick performance and how many bitches they could get and this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? So those are the people that we dealing with in the business, bro.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean?
And this is very true. I mean, I grew up in the hood, but I grew up in a very isolated way.
Okay.
I had very strict, kind of like semi-religious parents, which is odd that I somehow got into this business. Right. But that's why I speak differently, and I think a little bit differently than some people in the hood. But I don't have that mentality like, oh, I'm better than people from the hood. You know what I mean? Because I grew up in that environment, and and like, I see and understand the struggle of people go through, because I've just been surrounded by it all my life. Right. It's just sometimes coming across very kind of like contradictory mindsets directly. Right. Can be a little bit troubling sometimes and cause a little bit of friction. Whereas like now, like if I have a new model and she's seeking out male talent or whatever for her site or whatever, and maybe needs since the way I run the website is basically like a partnership, because I do take a percentage of their earnings. Whereas like if she needs some type of like financial backing from my end to pay the male talent, I'll just do it. I just won't even bother talking at this point, because I don't want to necessarily get annoyed. Okay. Because they'll come on like, or especially the ones that are, so I see your other sites, and I could fuck the bitches better than the other guys. Oh man, yeah. Yeah. And I'll be like, dude, well, that's fine. And honestly, I really don't care if you can do better or not. You know, just do what you're supposed to do and be done. And yo, I tell you like this, man. I tell you like this, right? I tell you like this, because I don't want to get off topic, but I'm going to say this because it's all relative, right? Again, when we come from these areas, bro, you got to understand, people, we don't know how to conduct or do business, okay? Because we don't know the ramifications behind. We don't know. So you meet a guy like yourself, it's like, okay, we're gonna do business like this, and boom, 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 and they don't understand that shit. That shit is foreign to them, bro. They don't get it. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand how to do fucking business, man. They don't understand it. The girls, they don't understand it. The guys, they definitely don't understand it. But here you are as a businessman
trying to, you know, make some moves and shit, and you dealing with ignorant shit. And that's going to happen, man. That's definitely going to happen. So it's all, like you said, it's different ways of viewing things. You know, you have a different perspective on how to do things, and I do too. So I definitely can respect and relate to it. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's just what it is, man. That's what happens when you're dealing with these motherfuckers, man. They just don't understand how to do business, man. It's not to disrespect anybody or nothing like that, but you know, it's how you do. People don't understand how you do business, man. They don't understand business, you know, in the way that they're supposed to be doing some type of business. You know, like I get emails all the time. Motherfuckers send me emails. I mean, I can barely read some of these shits, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, dude, don't email me with that shit. You know, I get that all the time. Oh, I could do this on camera. I did this. And you know, back in the days, man, I used to give motherfuckers shots. Like, all right, bro, come through, you know, whatever, and then motherfuckers can't perform, man. You know, it's different it's different when you got it's different when you got a camera and it's a light and it's, you know, it's a girl, and then especially if the girl ain't cooperating, man, it's all fucked up. It's all fucked up then. You know what I'm saying? So I could definitely speak to that.
Like I had one experience where for this work, I had 3 male talents lined up. 3. Okay, these are guys I really want to do it. I'm like, alright, give it a shot. Let's go one of my other websites or whatever. Like, I'm recording, and I'm like, I just watched each one of these guys conk out. They couldn't perform because there was another male in the room. Right. And there was a camera, and they couldn't get it up.
Right. Yeah, that happens, man.
And I felt so frustrated that I was just like, I ain't paying you. I ain't paying you. I ain't paying you. If you want to fight tonight, we're going to fight tonight. Right. Fucking time. I was pissed.
Right.
Yeah.
So fuck it. Nobody got paid, man. Nobody got paid. You know, listen, you got to do the job if you want to get paid, man.
Pretty much.
Or, you know, or just know you didn't do the job and just walk the fuck away, man.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Another thing about the industry is that there's a lot of different characters. Like people, especially dealing with other producers, you learn that a lot of people do business in different ways.
Yes, correct.
And being able to adapt to their understanding of things in order to be able to do business with them is very, very important.
Right. What do you mean by that?
Well, like for instance, like this is one producer or whatever. Like, I don't think he pays any of his talent at all. He just, like, you know, he will help them, I guess, get content for, like, their own pictures or whatever or whatnot. Right. And, you know, so in terms of, like, you know, he wanted to work with some talent that I worked with or whatever. And I would send them, you know, I would ask them, okay, is this okay that I, you know, give this guy information and I'll talk with him and then, you know, they'll have an issue like, oh, he doesn't pay it. I'm like, well, that's just the way he does business. You know?
Right, that's his business model. Right.
But at the same time, too, I've also learned to align myself with people who are consistent, meaning that I don't like situations where, for instance, a girl comes to me, she's like, I'm looking for work in the industry or whatever, and I start referring her to people, and then someone I refer her to, like, cheats her out of money or something. So I've learned to, before I refer talent to like another producer, to make sure I have a good understanding of how they do business and, you know, consistent kind of like honest or what do you call it? Be good at managing expectations.
Got you.
And stuff like that. Because this is the guy on me. It's like, oh, why don't you just send me to this guy? He didn't even like pay me. Like, oh, he's like whatever.
All right, let me say this too, man. Let me say this too, because I have been a victim of this, and I think that all motherfuckers in the game have been victims of this. You gotta keep in mind, right? And I'm not talking about all the women. I'm not talking about all of them, but some of the models, right? Some of them, they are full of shit. What I mean by that is this, bro. They'll come to you and say, oh, they'll talk about this one, right? Then they'll go to him and talk about this one. And then they'll do this. And they'll say, oh, he fucked up. He treated me like this. And it was all fucked up. And a lot of that shit be bullshit. It's just like, matter of fact, I'll give you a perfect example. I'll give you a perfect example. We both know the girl I'm talking about. I ain't going to say her name, right? I think I referred her to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, see, when I fuck with you, when I fuck with certain producers, whatever, and I send you abroad, right? Send you a model, I don't ask you for nothing, do I?
No.
Right. Okay. So now, you get the girl. The girl says, I don't want to work with Rick no more. He ain't paid me or whatever the shit was, whatever, right? Okay. But then she comes back and works with me. And then you like, yo, Rick, what the fuck is going on? I said, yo, man, I told you. These broads are scam artists, man. They'll tell you one thing and they'll do something else. You know what I'm saying?
I have another story. Like, I remember I worked with this one model, right? And she works with this other producer. I'm not necessarily, cool with anymore, but I was cool with at the time.
Okay.
And so basically, I work with her. She was telling me all the business of this one guy that referred her to me, right?
Right.
Telling me all the business about, his wife calling her and all this type of stuff.
Right.
And then when she went to go work with the other company, she was telling me all the business about how he was trying to, fuck with her off camera and, doing business with him.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, she was telling him all my business. And I came to realize that after that experience, I've learned to be very careful with information I disseminate to these women.
Right. Exactly.
Because some of them have some very, poor character,
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. And I have been victim of that before, you know what I'm saying? So I'm speaking from, that's why I like to kick it with motherfuckers, man, because we can talk from experience. You know what I'm saying? And definitely we definitely share some of the same horror stories, you know what I'm saying, coming up in the game. So, you know what I'm saying, we could definitely relate. Let me ask you this, right? Because this ties right into this shit, right? Now, with the models, right? Check it out. Do you fuck any of the models off camera?
I'm gonna be honest, it's happened before.
It has happened before. Okay, so I'm gonna be an honest motherfucker too. Yeah, I do that shit sometimes. I'm gonna be honest too. Word up, I do it sometimes, right? But it happens, bro. Like it's like you in the business. You in this business, you got these broads in your face all the time, man. Shit, shit is liable to happen. It's gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's gonna happen. But like you said, man, it's all about how close you allow them to get to you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So definitely, man. So all right. Now let me ask you this, because people always ask me this shit. Have you ever had to turn a girl away because of her hygiene was fucked up?
Twice.
Oh man. Okay.
Twice.
Damn.
Yeah, but what I would do is I wouldn't necessarily say that, I wouldn't necessarily make a direct note to her hygiene. I would make something up, either, I'm not feeling well, and I have a flu coming on,
Right.
or something, I'll find a way to say something.
Okay, so you find a way out, the trap door. I got you.
Yeah, and then what I do is, even though we don't shoot, I don't give them the full fee, but I'll probably give them something for their time so they won't walk away feeling all bitter, and then they get a go on like, oh, why ain't wasting my time?
Yeah, it's called
I came all the way out here, and this is bad, and
give her a kill. It's a kill fee.
I didn't get no money. Yeah,
right.
I've seen that happen before to other producers.
Right. Correct. It has happened to me many other times. So I definitely know what you mean. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I've experienced that before too, man. And what I usually do is, because I don't shoot with the talent anymore like that, just on certain shit. So what I usually do is I blame the guy. I say, yo, I say, nah, my man, he ain't feeling too good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna hit you with this, that, and the third, or whatever. Then when she leave, I tell her, I said, nah, man, shit wasn't right, bro. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't happening today, man. So okay, so with that, right? Do you ever give them another shot?
No.
Okay, so that's a wrap.
You come in and you smell funny.
That's it.
That's it. I don't even want to look at you again.
That's it. It's over.
That's it.
Okay, so no smelly pussies and shit. Okay, I got you. Check it out. Now, since you've been in the business, man, and you got in the business, by happenstance or whatever, because you was fucking around, posting some clips and caught on fire. Then you said, I'm going to make $1 or $2 of it. Boom, right? Okay. Now, what keeps you inspired, man, to, in the business? What keeps you inspired? What keeps you going?
I think it's the idea of having this entity that I've created that produces an income.
Okay.
Right. I think that's pretty much mostly what keeps me going. Obviously, of course, the love for the BBW ladies or whatnot, but I mean, even without the business, I would still be able to indulge in a lot of women anyway. It's always been my lifestyle. But I just like the idea of like, wow, okay, I made this, I'm the boss, I own this, I run this, and it produces like an income.
Okay, so is it an ego thing, man?
No.
Okay.
It is more of, I've always had the desire to be an entrepreneur.
Got you.
I've tried other businesses before I did the adult. I tried a business where I would do services like build websites and stuff like that for people.
Mm-hmm.
I tried building a community site with a partner before.
Wow, right.
And then I tried building a web-based service. And with entrepreneurship, you waste a lot of money. You invest thousands of dollars. And
right.
over time, you lose money, and then you realize like you have to let it go. And then you get to a point where it's like, am I really meant to do this? Am I really meant to only be an employee or work for someone for the rest of my life?
Right.
So, being that the adult thing wasn't really something that I intended to get into, but it just made sense for me at the time, and I really wasn't gonna think like, oh, it's gonna make me all this money where I can just live off of it, or whatever. I mean, can I? Well, if I, got rid of other responsibilities, yeah, I'd be able to live on my own in like, in a basic apartment someplace and like not own a car and not be paying car insurance. Yeah, I'll be fine. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's great to know that I have that option. God forbid, any of the other stuff that I have going doesn't work out. I know, you know what? I can basically live off what I make, not have to work. I just have to probably sell my car and, live a basic life someplace.
Okay. Right.
But it's more just I have an entrepreneurial spirit in me, and it's still there. Like I'm still working on trying to build other businesses, and the lessons I've learned from this business in terms of, how to deal with like, money issues, people issues,
right,
customer service, like responding to the customer's emails and all that type of stuff. We're going to carry on to the next thing that I'm working on.
Okay. That sounds like what's up, man. But definitely, man, I could definitely relate to that shit too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, me, myself, man, what inspires me, man, what keeps me going is failure. To be honest with you, right? And that inspires me, man, because I'm fearful of losing. So I continue, I continue to push this shit, man, push other things that I'm involved in too, man. You know what I'm saying? To keep things going, to continue the success. You understand? So I also have, the spirit, to own my own shit and do my own thing, no question. I definitely have that, man. But, that sense of failure is what keeps me going. That's what inspires me to continue to succeed and to try new things and to innovate new shit and to continue to push on. You know what I mean? So that's with me, man. So I have failed at other things before, other business ventures and shit like that, like yourself. So I definitely can relate to that, man. But the thing about it, man, listen, you're gonna fail at a lot of things, but all you need is that one thing to pop off. You know what I'm saying? That one thing pop off, man, then you can, that's your foundation right there, and you can build off that. You know what I'm saying? So that I see that's what you're doing, man. So it's much respect to you, man. But I definitely see what it is, and I definitely can relate. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, most definitely. I mean, failure is a very scary thing, and as you talk about, I've experienced it before.
Right.
That's why, I keep my hand dipped in so many different things. I just don't do this. I do. Sometimes I do a little bit of legit acting here and there. Obviously my main profession, which is software engineering stuff.
Okay.
And, I'll just keep building, more and more avenues of making money.
Okay, check it out, right? Let me ask you this, man. Let me ask you this, because I know this is something that you that you are definitely not feeling, man. So I'm definitely going to ask you this, right? What do you see as the biggest problem in the business?
Piracy.
Right.
Piracy.
Okay.
Piracy.
All right. Listen. No. Before we get into it, we're not going to shout them bitch ass niggas out. We ain't going to say these sites. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to do that. But we going to talk to the point.
Most definitely.
All right. So now, go ahead. What was you saying?
So the big issue is like I feel like it has really affected the profitability of the adult industry.
Right.
Because it makes the content so much more accessible. It almost creates a culture of which paying for porn seems to be almost a bad thing.
Right.
Like when you look in various forums or even like social media, people are like, oh, yeah, I would never pay for porn, because all along, this tube site, that tube site, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking to other people who are in the industry, who've been in the industry for a certain amount of time, they'll tell me like, yeah, I used to make 400 something thousand a year, and now like a third of that,
Right.
because these tube sites, these various tube sites, blogs or whatnot.
Right.
I think that if that problem did not exist, and if these tube sites did not pop up, I think the adult business would be so much more profitable. I think there'd be so much more quality material made because there'd just be so much more money in the business.
Right.
That the industry itself would be in a much better place. It'd be filled with a lot more, I would say, I'll use the word highbrow types.
Right.
Like more kind of like business savvy.
Okay.
Intellectual people.
Right.
People who, would, cross over from like different genres of entertainment into it and be okay with it and feel it's a profit, it will be profitable for them.
Right.
The only people who make the real money with adults are the people who already have made themselves a name outside of adults.
I got you.
In the mainstream. Like the Kim Kardashian or the Mimi Faust or the whatever other person out there is going to put out a sex tape.
Well, listen, I can agree and disagree, man, because I think, man, like big companies, I think that, I know it hurts them because their budgets are so fucking ridiculous, right? I know it hurts them, but they've made their mark in the business, and they're living off of old shit and old money too, man. You know, it's in old companies like Vivid and all the motherfuckers there. They made a lot of money, and they continue to make a lot of money. I don't think it's at the height that it used to be. But I still think they cutting a nice check over there, man. What you think?
Well, being that I believe the Score Group is still publicly traded,
mm-hmm.
They're most definitely still making some type of money.
Okay,
gotcha. Especially like Hustler, but these are people that they have made a name for themselves in the mainstream,
mm-hmm.
and also made a name for themselves within the community of people that have money.
Right.
So, it's not like for instance, like the guy who owns like 5 houses up in Connecticut and drives like a Tesla or something like that. If he sees something on Score that he really, really likes,
mm-hmm.
it's no big deal for him just to be like, hey, I'm going to just purchase the subscription, I'm going to purchase the DVD or something like that. He's not going to have the time to sit there and waste and go surf through a bunch of tube sites to try to find this stuff for free.
Gotcha.
You see what I mean? So they have a strong, loyal audience base that
mm-hmm.
existed before even the tech-savvy people came along
mm-hmm.
to patronize the content.
Gotcha. Okay, I understand that. That makes sense, man. All right. See, you just taught me some shit, man. See, I thought I knew some shit, but all right, you just put me on, so I got it now. I got you, man. I respect that. Let me ask you something, man. Right? Is there anybody in the business, man, that you look up to or that inspires you? You know what I'm saying? When you look at their work or anything like that?
Well, there's a few.
Okay.
I would say back in the day when I used to be around, I had Blacktail magazine, Big Black Book magazine.
Right.
Big Book magazine.
Yeah, I know all the magazines. I was in jail. We used to get them shits. John Stagliano. Right.
When he was around with the Buttman series.
Yo, listen, let me tell you something. I'm tell you a funny story with that shit real quick, and I'm gonna let you get right back. I gotta tell you this shit. There's a page, right, in every fucking Buttman, right, every Buttman magazine, when he has a fucking advertisement for she-males, right, and motherfuckers usually fold that page back or rip it out the magazine. You know what I'm saying? Especially motherfuckers in jail. If a nigga in jail does not fold that page back, he's a funny motherfucker. Just letting you know that. But I'm gonna let you get back. I'm gonna let you get back to it. But yeah, I know I remember all those Players Nasties, Black Video Illustrated, Big Black Butt, Black Tail, all that shit. I remember all them shits, man. I remember all of them. Right. Oh man, yeah, that was 3 o'clock shit, right? That was 3 o'clock in the morning, right there. Yeah.
I love that show. Yeah.
I remember that. I remember them joints.
And I would say for the more contemporary people in the business, Pinky's one of them.
Okay.
I shot with her.
Right. I forgot the actual nigga. How was the pussy?
Awesome.
Okay. So it's still intact.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Shout out to Pinky for keeping that pussy tight.
Yeah, because you know, like some girls, like when they open up the pussy and the pussy kind of like just open. Like,
yeah,
like that.
It expands. Right.
It looks good. I'm like, I was very impressed.
Right. Did you get to eat the pussy or you just fucked her?
Just fucked.
Oh man. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
and it was her and another chick, right?
The weapon?
It was her and another chick, right?
Yeah, it was her and Diamond Monroe.
Alright, man, check my nigga out on Pinky, XXX.com and shit. He up on there doing his thing with them joints, you know what I'm saying? Where do you flew out? What was that, LA, right?
I know, it's more like San Francisco.
Okay, yeah, so listen, that, you know, cause I'm a little slow sometimes. So, you know, California, that's what I'm saying, California. Motherfucker was in Cali, he flew out to California, fucked with Pinky, and Diamond Monroe, you said?
Diamond Monroe.
And he got some pussy, and he did his thing, and he came back home. And he said the pussy was tight and the pussy was good. All right, my nigga, that's what's up. We gonna definitely forgot to talk about that shit. But okay, Pinky inspires you. I forgot all about that. And who else?
Let me see. And then that's more like the super mainstream stuff. And then in terms of like the amateur market, of course, yourself.
Oh man, I appreciate it.
I like the content you put out.
Thank you.
I like the consistency of the stuff you put out, and it's like very different.
Okay, thank you.
And let me see, Busty Baby Doll.
Right.
I loved their stuff for many years.
Okay.
And let me see, I think that's about it. I can't really think of any others right now that really catch my attention.
Okay, that's respect, man. But look, I appreciate the shout out, man. I'm gonna try to get motherfucking Busty Baby. I'm trying to get Laurel to do an interview, man. I'm gonna see if I could do that, man. I'm gonna see if I could bring that to y'all too, man. Word up, she been around forever, so we gonna see, man. Question, man. Here's a question. As far as relationships go, do you find this hard to keep a relationship and be in this business?
Actually, no. The business has never affected any of my relationships in a negative way.
Okay,
ever.
do you tell them what you do?
Huh?
Do you tell them what you do?
Yes, I always do.
Okay.
Once it gets to a point where I feel like things may go serious, I do.
Right.
But you know, my rule is that while I'm in said relationship, I don't perform.
Okay.
So I think that I have a backlog of content. So if I didn't perform for like a year, I'm good.
Wow, man, that's what's up.
Yeah. But if it came down to the point where it's like, you know, obviously, one thing I do explain to anybody I'm dealing with is I'm not going to shut down this business for you. This is a nice bit of extra income right here.
Right.
And, you know.
Like, work, you gotta keep that money coming in. Right.
Yeah, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it because that's my decision.
Yeah, you tell her. You say, listen. You say, listen. You like this motherfucking car we driving in this house we got? Listen, we gotta keep this shit rolling.
Exactly. You know what I mean? If I'm in like a relationship with a beautiful woman and I want to perform, that's cool. I'll just have to, find like one reliable male talent that does things the way that I want, doesn't have like a super massive ego.
Right.
And a camera guy, and hire them to go out and do stuff for me, and I don't have to necessarily bother.
Right, man. That's what's up, man. Definitely, man. So, what kind of women are you into, man? Because you might have some female listeners in here and shit. So,
on a personal level, I like very intelligent women, pretty faces.
Okay.
I do prefer women that are like college educated and don't have any kids.
Okay.
But I'm not as strict on that anymore.
Right.
I do prefer bottom heavy women.
Okay.
So if you got a flat ass, there's no way in the hell
it's not happening.
It's gonna happen at all. I don't care how nice you are.
Right.
I do prefer the sisters.
Okay.
The sisters and the Latinas. I'm not really super into white or Asian women, but if one came along that seemed pretty cool and I'm attracted to, then I would give it a try.
Okay.
And someone who's honest, someone who's open-minded and honest, because I will most definitely let a woman know all the stuff she got to know about me. I'm not going to sit here bullshit and lie and try to sell her dreams to get what I want.
Okay.
And I just expect a woman to also be the same way, like honest, like don't try to give me an impression of being someone you're not.
All right.
I'm good.
All right, got you, man. Let me ask you this, man. Let me ask you this. Do you have any advice, man, for motherfuckers that want to start their own company and shit?
Yes. So, number one, research. Really research the business. Don't be afraid to reach out and talk to other people in the business.
Right.
Ask for advice. Like, you've offered me some great advice.
I did?
Over the years. Yeah.
Oh, shit, okay.
And getting a better camera, more HD content,
right.
Trying to fix up the design to do more appealing things, but, you gave me some good, pointers, and I try my best to listen to all the advice that comes my way.
Okay.
And also, too, get your money up. A lot of guys, they come to me, they want to get into the business, but they have, no money. And all businesses take some level of investment.
That's a fact.
And at least the smallest investment you can start with is getting a good HD camera, get some good lighting, find a model, a woman who does not mind being on camera, who does not mind her image being all over the place in the entertainment.
Right.
That's very important because you don't want any issues on that level.
Right.
Get a good a good release form.
Right.
Read about that, how to do all that type of stuff, and then just start filming your own content. And even if they get a lot of them think they need to know all the technology stuff. Really, they probably really don't. There's a lot of tools out there to help you monetize yourself.
Okay.
If that's what you want to do, or they can find someone like me who will be like, all right, I will use my network to help. I'll build you a site, use my network to help get your content out, but the impetus is on you to produce everything and to get to shoot the stuff and get the content to me, and I'll help monetize it with the network that I have.
Okay.
But you have these this Connect Pal, these Clipper, all the type of stuff to help monetize your content.
Right.
But number one, get your money up. Don't come to this game Don't come to the game as a broke ass dude. Be like, yo, I want to get real money.
Yeah. I need to make some quick chats. I'm gonna start this company overnight and shit. Right.
It doesn't work that way. They have to, some people have to understand that this isn't a business where you're gonna make money overnight. Both males and females. That's
right.
Make a bunch of money overnight. It doesn't work like that.
That's right.
If that's what you want,
this ain't for you.
Go sell something.
Right. This ain't for you, nigga. Know what I'm saying? If that's what you're trying to do, this ain't for you, man. Let me ask you this too, right? Have you ever had a girl call you or text you and say, hey, man, listen, I need you to take that scene down. My mama seen it, or my cousin seen it.
Oh, let me tell you.
How do you deal with that shit?
All right, so I had this one model from my our website, DimeCityXXX.com.
Okay.
It's more not BBW, it's more like the smaller, thick type of models or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And when we shot, one thing I always explain to every model who's never done porn before,
Right.
is I explain to them that once I shoot this and it's up, it stays up.
Right.
You have to, and I said you have to the risk that people you may know might see this.
Right. Can I say something real quick? Can I say something real quick? My brother, listen, I'm not telling them shit. Here's why. Because the 2257 model release explains all that shit.
Yeah, it does. It does. And I have it in mine. Yeah, mine explains it. It's in the paperwork.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I still inform them anyway. And honestly, most of the time they won't even care. No. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. I'm just telling you what I'm not going through all that. I'm not going through all that. I understand it from your perspective too. Gotcha. And and because that's time consuming, and also too, it's like, sometimes it's kind of like you invested all this time and effort, and then you're dealing with a chick who's you're dealing with a talent that's kind of flighty, and all of a sudden you run into problems. Right. It's frustrating. Right. Whereas you have a staff, whereas with me, so if she's like, no, I don't want to do this anymore, she walks away. All I lost is probably whatever money I probably put into getting a location, or if it's a phone call. That's it. She's done. She walks away. Right. That's only for the first time girls. The girls who've never done it before, never shot before, I have this conversation. Okay, I respect that. I've done that before, so I can respect that. No question. Yeah. Now, if you're the ones that have done it before, she shot on your side or that side, there's no need to have that conversation. That's it. Right. You already done it. Right. You already know the deal. And if you don't know the deal, too bad for you. Okay, so even after you sit them down and you tell them, look, listen, www.worldwideweb, shit is going to be out there, people going to see it, whoever might see it, and they shake their head, they say, yeah, they sign the paper, they take the money, they do the scene. Then a month later, they call you, hey, Orion, listen, man, check this out. I need you to take down that scene. My aunt on my cousin's brother's mother's side seen that shit, and they passing it around to my family, and it's all on Twitter, it's all on Facebook, and I need you to take it down. What do you do about that? Honestly, right. I tell them, I know this sounds really cruel, because I'm generally a nice person. I tell them that, your family's feelings will not compensate me for the money I paid you to do. I said that before. Right. And that's what happened with the model. She was like, my boyfriend saw the scene, and oh my God, can you take it down, please? He's really freaking out, blah, 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 blah. And the reason why I'm so merciless on that level, right, is simply because I took the time and I sat you down and explained this shit to you. Right. You never done. I explained it to you, but you're so busy thinking about the money, and you're like, I'm gonna take that risk. And then when you get burned for that risk, you think it's gonna come back on me. No, I already explained it. Right. And as I told her, I said, your boyfriend's feelings are not my concern to her. Right. Listen, I paid you this amount to do this. Right. And and my thing is this. I told her, I was like, look, if you want me to take it down, give me back what I paid you plus the room fee. All right. And then a certain amount on top, I'll take it down. Okay, well, I tell you like this, man. I've had a girl. I've had a girl, and I've had a guy, man. I've had a guy, a motherfucking dude, man. Right? They actually paid me to take their shit down, man. And it was like triple what I paid them. You know what I mean? I took that shit down. This is a couple of years back, man. You know what I wanted to know, man? As long as they want to compensate you for that, to take it down, that's great. I have no problem with that. Right. You know what I mean? If she would have hit me up with the amount that I asked for to take it down, I would have taken it down, no problem. Right. Let me ask you this, man. Let me ask you this. Do you think, see, that noise in the background, see, there's noise in my background. Hold on. That's from the motherfucking, it was snowing and shit, man. So when it snows, they bring them goddamn fucking garbage trucks, shit that don't help nothing, but it turns into fucking ice, and they bring those through the hood and whatever. But yeah, that's what that noise is. But let me ask you this: do you think that white companies go through the same shit? No. Because you know what it is? I feel like the white companies have these lawyers, and when they run into a situation where like they feel that they don't want the content up anymore, the model is not going to directly contact the owner. She's going to get in the phone with a lawyer,
right?
Who's going to basically end up telling her like, these are the terms of the release form that you have signed, and that's that.
Right. I tell you like this. I do have a lawyer too, though. I have an entertainment lawyer. I do have one. I do have one, man. I pay that motherfucker. What is it, like quarterly? You know, I don't pay him monthly. I pay him quarterly. And it's a very small fee, man. It's nothing crazy, you know, just a couple of dollars here and there in case any funny shit, whatever. But yeah, I do have that, man. And I think that we go through this shit, man, because we black, man, we young, and you know, they feel like they could hit us with the gaffle, man. They could just, you know, call us up, hey, listen, take my shit down, or I'm gonna call this one and that one. It's like, listen, well, you could go ahead and call this one and that one, because not only do I have your signature with the 2257, but I also filmed you fucking signing it. So what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But these people, yo, listen, man, I done been through it all, man. You know, but what I realize is, man, it's kind of like horse remorse, as my man Fat Mac would say. It's like, you know, yeah, it's one of those things, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they do something, like you said, for the money, you know, immediately for the bread, and when they get it, it's all good until somebody see it that they didn't want to see it. Then they make up all these lies and all this other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's definitely what it is, man. How I deal with that, bro, honestly speaking, is if you're not willing to pay me what you know, what I'm asking you to pay me to have it removed or whatever, then it's not coming down. What I will do though, and you know what I will do is I'll take the clip down. You know, I can remove the clip from like places I might have posted or whatever. I'm not all fucked up like that, so I will do that. You know what I mean? So I'll do that with no free of charge. You know what I'm saying? Free of charge, man. Free of charge. You know, I definitely would do that, man. Definitely would do that, man.
Yeah, but that is in terms of this particular model was that, you know, I made sure to not promote her hardcore scene,
right, on the
website whatsoever, because that's how they found it.
Right.
So only more modeling stuff is up on the tube site.
Yo,
that was kind of like how I dealt with that situation. So with her stuff, I'm just a little more careful about where I promote it.
Right.
But you know, I'm not gonna take it off. I'm not gonna take it off my site. Like, you know, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. Well, listen, man. Let me ask you this: you got anything coming down the pipeline for us, man, that we should be on the lookout for?
Let me see. Nothing I can think of immediately right now. I mean, I'm sure I got some stuff, but I'll have to go through my content library and things like that. Okay. I film stuff, and then I probably don't release it like a year later. Okay, cool, man. Another question, man, because people always ask me, I think we're gonna wrap it up after this. How do you find the models that you work with? In the beginning, it was more a lot of women that I knew in my personal life that I was dealing with. And that's why, you know, it's like some of the content in my beginning, a lot of them, they don't really show their faces and stuff.
Right.
You know, because they're not like porn stars. These are like regular people that are like, oh, okay, I'll do this with you.
I got you.
And then after a while, they would, you know, I used to put out little ads here and there, like it'd be like Craigslist or something. Ah,
Craigslist, right. You know who fucked that up? You know who fucked that up? The Craigslist killer.
Yeah, he messed that up.
Yo, that motherfucker fucked the game up with that shit, man. That was my shit. I used to get all type of hits off that. I'm talking about, I put one ad up, man, shit, 10 minutes later, I'm getting fucking 10, 15, even. That nigga fucked it up. I can't fuck with him, man. That was fucked up. I can't fuck with him.
Backpage still does not live up to Craig.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, man. For some reason, Craigslist was just the shit. You know what I'm saying? It was on point.
Yeah, because you know what it is? Because Backpage.
Alright, man, we back, man. Some fucking asshole just tried to call me about some bullshit, but we Me and my man Orion here, we back talking about the Craigslist shit, man. What was you saying, bro?
Yeah, so now I have found models on Instagram. I've gotten some on Twitter.
Okay.
I've even gotten some on Facebook.
Right.
But mainly, honestly, they hit me up.
Alright.
Email me.
Okay, so they contacting you.
Yeah.
My nigga. That's what it is, man. That's what's up. But listen, man, check this out, man. Before somebody else interrupt us and shit, know what I mean? We gonna wrap this up, man. Listen, man, I want to say thank you for doing this fucking interview with me, man. I appreciate it very much. And we're gonna get this we're gonna get this shit to the people, you know what I'm saying, ASAP, man. Just shout out your website one more time, bro.
Thefatness.com, PHATNESS, thefatness.com. Check it out. Plenty of content, updated weekly.
Right.
Always something new to be seen.
Yeah, and he got enough content to outlast a year, motherfucker. So, you know, listen, check me out, man. Y'all know who it is. Rick Nasty, man. Subscribe to my shit so you get them updates, you know, on the reg or whatever. If you got some questions and concerns, whatever you want to talk about, leave some comments on the YouTube page and shit, or email me at mrricknasty@yahoo.com, MRRICKNASTY at yahoo.com. Other than that, man, yo, we out, man. Orion, peace, bro.
Peace, man.
Thank you.